Welcome to part 2 of how to create and sell digital products. Now, if you've missed the previous video, I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel because that's basically what I'm going to do in the content right now at the moment is show you how to create and sell digital products. Now, before I go into the ins and outs of creating digital products, I want to talk about mindset for a moment. Because if there is something that's going to stop you from actually creating and selling your very first digital product, it's going to be this nonsense that you have in your head. You're going to think to yourself, well, why would anyone buy a product that I make? Why would anyone listen to me? I'm not an expert. And that mindset is going to stop you. And the reason I know that is because that held me back for a long time, was believing that no one would buy any information that I created, that I wasn't an expert, that I couldn't help people, and that's why I didn't create my early products, was because I was afraid. And I stupidly held myself back because of the crap and the nonsense that was in my head. And I don't want that stopping you. I want you to get started right away creating your very first product. So we're going to have a look at the mindset in this video. Now, maybe to explain something that I realized that helped me get over the mental hurdle that I had at the time was realizing that you don't need to be an expert to help people. You know, if you're sitting maybe at a barbecue or a party or something like that, and someone has a problem and you provide a solution to their problem. Now, they don't see you as an expert, especially if you help them with the problem that they have. Maybe they've got something wrong with their car and you go out and you show them, well, you need to pull this lever, you need to pop open this door, this is how you get to this is how you fix that, and you've solved their problem. Now, if you've solved their problem, you've solved their problem. Your friend or relation is going to say to you, well, I need to look at your qualifications. I need to know if you're a car mechanic. I need to know if you know what you're talking about. Because if you solve their problem, you've solved their problem. And in their eyes, you're an expert. Now, what really opened my eyes to this whole kind of expert nonsense is, I remember a couple of years ago, coming up to Christmas, my TV broke. Just at the wrong time, when I was looking forward to all the new movies at Christmas time, and then my TV went in the blink. Now, I was on the verge of buying a TV just before Christmas, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to wait until the January sales when the prices came down. And what I did, like most of us do, I simply went to Google. I just typed in the make and model of my TV. I had typed in the problem, which was the TV was actually turning itself on and off on its own. So basically, I just went to Google, looked it up, and I found a video where someone was explaining how they had the same problem with their TV, and what they did to fix the problem was that they held a piece of cardboard at the back of their TV, they got a hairdryer, and they just blasted hot air against the cardboard, which was diverted into the vents at the top of the TV. And I thought this was a crazy idea, but I was willing to try anything. I wanted to get the TV fixed, and I just wanted to see would it work. So what I did was I got a piece of cardboard, I got a hairdryer, I stood there for about 2 minutes, blasting the hot air on the cardboard, and voila, the TV came on. And not only did it come on, it actually stayed on for the rest of the day. And I remember, seeing this happen and being blown away that, I was on the verge of buying a TV, but this temporary fix had allowed me to, keep the TV over Christmas. Now, the thing I want to tell you about this was that at no point did I go to the description of the YouTube video. At no point did I look up the person's name, look up their qualifications, look up and see if they were a TV, specialist. Did they know what they were talking about? Had they got any qualifications, PhDs, any letters after their name? No. I just was glad that this person had showed me how to solve my problem. And I'd say the same for you as well too, that if you are creating a digital product, forget this notion of being an expert, because there's different levels of being seen as an expert. If you've never driven a car, you probably look at someone who can drive a car as an expert. Now, if you're someone who can drive a car and we put a Formula One or NASCAR driver beside you, how much of an expert are you compared to that person? So as you kind of go up to the levels, there's different levels of expertise. So just because maybe you're starting off right now and you're a beginner and you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not an expert, I can't create digital products, you are an expert, especially if you can solve that person's problem. Simply just fixing the TV, pointing out something in a car that someone hadn't known was there and helping them with their problems. So as I said, the mental hurdle we have in our head usually stops us from taking action, from creating our digital products, because we don't see ourselves as an expert. We don't see ourselves as someone who would, could make something that people would pay for, and because of that we don't do it. So I want you to dismiss this idea of being an expert, of people not being interested in the knowledge you have. You can be guaranteed that right now, the small amount of knowledge that you might think you have could help people all over the internet, all over the world. So dismiss this crap that's in your head right now that's telling you can't create digital products, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.